Ritika and I'm a student at Pearl Academy pursuing communication design. This video is a tutorial of a project that I worked on for the module Interactive Tools. So in this module we were asked to work with Arduino, which is a microcontroller, and it is a very fun tool to work with. With Arduino you can create many interesting projects. But Arduino has a lot of boards, each of which is used for a different task. So if you want to make a project that works on sensors or motors, you can use Arduino Uno. But if you want to create HID devices, HID is an abbreviation for human interface devices, you can use Arduino Leonardo. HID devices include keyboard or a mouse. Now coming to my project, I built a shortcut keyboard using Arduino Leonardo board. In this keyboard, you don't require a combination of keys to perform a shortcut, unlike the default keyboards that you see. The components that you will require to build this keyboard are an Arduino Leonardo board, a breadboard, male-to-male jumper wires, resistors, tactile push buttons with 4 pins, button caps, and you also need to install Arduino IDE, which you will use for coding. Now let's watch how to build this keyboard. Now let's build a circuit for our shortcut keyboard. Let's start with our button. First you need to attach the button caps on top of these buttons this way. Do this for all the other 5 buttons. Now our 5 buttons are ready. Let's connect them to our breadboard this way. Do this for all the other 5 buttons. Now let's connect our resistors. You need to connect the resistors from the left pin of your button to the negative section in your breadboard. Let's connect the right pin of the button to the positive of the breadboard. Now we need to connect the negative of the breadboard to the ground on the Arduino Leonardo board. Now connect the positive of the breadboard to the 5 volt of the Leonardo board. Now we need to connect the buttons to the digital pins on the Leonardo board. So basically, the 7th pin of the Leonardo board is the first button for our keyboard. You need to remember this while you are coding. Now let's connect the second button to the 6th pin on the Leonardo board, the 3rd button to the 5th pin, the 4th button to the 4th pin, and the 5th button to the 3rd pin. Here we have connected all the buttons to the Leonardo board. Now you need to connect the USB Type B connector with your Arduino Leonardo board and your PC, and you will see a green light that turns on. So now let's go on to adding the code to our Arduino board to make our keyboard functional. Now that we have built our shortcut keyboard circuit, we are now jumping into the code and understanding what the code does to make our shortcut keyboard work. We are coding on Arduino IDE. In the first statement, we are including an inbuilt keyboard library. Then, in the void setup function, we are collecting the inputs from the pins on the Arduino Leonardo board. Then in the loop function, we have if statements for each button that we have in our shortcut keyboard. So for the first button, which is placed on the 7th pin of the Arduino board, here the condition says if the 7th pin is high, which means if button 1 is pressed, then Ctrl plus C will execute, which is a shortcut for copy. Then we have a delay for 200 milliseconds. This is just to improve the simulation. Then we have a function for keyboard.releaseAll. This simply stops the simulation. You need to do this for each button on your shortcut keyboard, each of them having a different shortcut. Now to upload the code, you need to go onto the top, click on Tools, then go onto the board section and select Arduino Leonardo. And then in your port, you need to select the one that comes up with the name Arduino Leonardo. Now after doing that, you need to upload your code to the Arduino Leonardo board. So now that it's done uploading, we are going to test our shortcut keyboard. Now I'm going to demonstrate using the shortcut keyboard. First, I'm going to select all the text on the notepad using the third button on the shortcut keyboard. There. Now I'm going to copy using the first button on the shortcut keyboard. Now let's go to the next line. And now I'm going to paste it using the second button on the shortcut keyboard. There. Now let's try to undo it using the fourth button on the shortcut keyboard. There. Now I'm going to redo it by using the fifth button on the shortcut keyboard. There. So here was the process of making this keyboard. Once this keyboard is made in a way where you can't see its wires like the default keyboards that you see, it could be a very great tool for designers as well as patients that are diagnosed with arthritis. I hope you enjoyed this video and thanks for watching.